Hi, I'm Lavender. Welcome to the channel. We're gonna no. I'm Andrew Lavender. Welcome to the channel. We're gonna tear down this Turbo 400 and White Girl. When you roll it over, you don't want to knock it out of the case.
Okay.
We might skip some steps because this isn't really a refresh or rebuild. We're just cracking it apart.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta smack them. The RTV.
And I guess it didn't hold that good that time.
Now you've seen where I smack them. Throw this out of the way. You probably just use it. Pull it on you. Well, I'll pull the pan just so it's in the pan.
We just have to pull the pump off, right?
You can get the pump out without pulling the pan.
Okay.
Oh, that's a half inch. But you got the pan off at all?
I haven't had it open since the last time we touched it.
Okay. How did you drain it? Just pull that out?
Yeah, I just pulled that out.
Alright. Don't freak out. There'll probably be some black dust across the bottom because high energy clutches
Oh yeah.
leave a little dust.
Nothing worries me anymore.
Yeah, right.
That's probably because I've re-tightened the pan bolts up about 3 times.
Pretty satisfying.
Doesn't look too bad, really.
No. It doesn't smell.
Maybe I'll figure out how to not tear it up.
If you just get the
It's all about the fluid level.
yeah, you can take a Craigslist used one if it's full of fluid and it stands a better chance than a $3,000 build.
That you didn't set
Without it full.
the dipstick right on it.
Yeah.
That's that 10 weight maximum fluid that's in it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, these smell like High Guard. And I might be just rinsing this filter.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe just doing it because I can't even get them right now.
You can't do what?
I can't even get them right now.
Oh, okay.
Like they're like national
Shortage kind of deal.
back order, seems like. And then a shame you don't get to show that to anybody. It's just there.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't have to put the puller on it.
No. I just want to peek at the clutches.
For me leaving a second here.
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
the intermediates are gonna, I believe, and we'll find out here in a second. I'm sure they're gonna look good because when you're starting in second gear, they're already loaded, so it's not like it's not stopping the direct drum on the 1-2 shift.
Gotcha.
It's already stopped, so I predict those will look perfect.
Okay.
And based on the contents of the pan, I think they'll all look perfect.
It's been together for at least one full season. I can't even remember the last time we went into it.
Yeah. They're a little. I'll probably put a second if I got one, but I don't know if you can see the line right there.
Yeah, I see it.
We're showing a little bit of heat. I think you said you used it as a three speed a little bit.
I did use it at 3-speed for a little while.
Which I don't know. I take my own apart every couple of years, and the intermediates always seem to go somewhere. These are the direct third gear. probably step up to 6 while we're in here. Cause I got double stack steels at the bottom.
Looks good though. From an untrained eye.
I might even put 6 in there. Look at your forwards. This is where you know somebody's an idiot and didn't have it full of fluid, because forwards will show the forwards will show it first. There's your billet forward hose. See, those look the best in there. 6 of them. You need 6 for leaving in second gear. So those are your best looking clutches. But I would honestly, since we're in here, Chris told me not to look. He said, look, you'll find something. He's right. But if you're in there, you might as well put a set of intermediate clutches and crack the support really quick, do a little machine work, and stick 6 clutches in there.
Okay.
So we'll be doing a little work really quick. What were we doing? Pump work.
Yeah.
You know, order that?
The 3/8. Yeah. But this, you want me to just put this in your drawer?
Yeah, sure. Not even.
No, I'm just curious.
Shit, I'll put a little more pressure.
Because this shit, it takes you like 4 days to get to this.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'd just be nervous about everything because I don't know how it goes back together.
No. I'd have everything lost.
This is the part that I'm gonna turn the camera off for.
I need to go grab some intermediate clutches.
Okay.
You can probably, I mean, unless you want to, how long are you gonna run this for?
The trans?
Yeah, you're just gonna keep it in second gear?
Yeah, I'm gonna run first to second at the end of the year for one race.
We can put some in it. We're gonna spend some money on clutches right now, and then you can refresh it at the end of the year too, and I'll show you how to do that if you want to do it yourself. I would throw some in it.
Okay, whatever you recommend, I'm cool with.
I don't know if that's a wave, that's a straight. Alright. So, 1 pin, 3/5. Showing a little heat. Alright. 1 pin, 3/5. Now we rerun these clutches. I had 5 in there, which I'm sure when I built it the first time, I was like, oh, you're only going to make 1,000.
Yeah, that was the plan originally. We didn't think we were gonna make 1,300.
And they did look fine, but it's like, while we're in here, it costs this a little time and another clutch. We want to clean it fast, and that'll give me a little more that we should be happy with.
Okay.
Yeah, if you ever want to see something gruesome, look up lathe.
Yeah, dude.
Because I think my partner said it's like 60 horsepower, or like torque. It's 3-phase. Takes a ton. Like that could, kill.
Like nothing's stopping that
Yeah.
whenever something gets caught in it.
You can put a 40-foot breaker bar in the big, and it's going to knock the building down. Or break the breaker bar before you stop that.
Have a very large amount of respect for a machine like this.
Yeah, you can't be complacent around a lathe.
Aluminum direct drum.
That's $700. No, does your wife watch? No, she knows.
This is actually not the most high end one either.
Yeah, they make an even better one. What do you need
Filters in my pan gas.
for that 727 or 722? Up there, there's something. It might even be a box. In a box that says 722 6 filter and pan gasket. It'll be on this far wall, Mike.
Snap ring.
Yeah, that should be money.
We're shooting for 55 thousandths of clearance.
Yeah, that's like a loose 57.
Nice.
So I'm satisfied with that. Rule of thumb, know, on this transmission, some you can go way tighter, but rule of thumb on this one, you want 10 per clutch.
Okay.
Those feel perfect. I'm not even going to go grab these. So I would do this in my own personal way, Andrew.
I do.
I would rerun these exact fields.
Yeah, absolutely. I trust whatever you recommend.
You know what?
I can't stand people that.
I've got 100 upstairs. I'm just gonna, so I can sleep at night. I'll put brand new ones.
Okay.
They
Say it
just
don't.
hold
I'll say. I'm just a dummy
Either
that
would
bolts
be
it to the
fine.
engine.
Those are intermediates.
Okay.
This is a case saver. This is aftermarket right here. When you do trans brake, you delete most trans brake. You delete the front band or the intermediate band. It's what stops the direct drum and engine braking on second gear. But you delete it, and what it does is it frees up this pin, and you put this pin right here. And this is this factory, they have a big gap right here. And when the intermediate clutches apply, it's 200 psi line pressure, and the back of that piston has 10 or 15 square inches. So it's line pressure times that. It's my understanding of it. So this piston right here can push forward with 2,000 to 3,000 pounds of force.
Gotcha.
Pushing forward, and it's all these case lugs that are, I don't know if it has the tag on it still, on a case from 1969 or something like that, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
They're taking all the brunt of that force.
so when you put this case saver in there, it holds that, it uses that pin, so when it pushes forward, it's an additional support.
Oh yeah, because like you're saying, you have all this open
Yeah,
area
it
over here
pushes
that
up.
doesn't
Yeah.
have.
It bridges
any
that big
support.
gap right there. So
Got you.
it doesn't, because what happens is if that's not there, it'll knock this first one off, and then it'll just boom,
keeps knocking
domino
them all
effect. It'll
off.
happen instantly.
Oh,
and
got
then
you.
you won't have second gear. It will push this into the back of your $700 direct drum.
And ruin it.
Yep.
Devil's in the details. Oh, this is going on.
Yeah, you probably next time you take it apart, we'll cut those welds and you'll replace the sprag behind here, because when you're in third gear, it's overspinning its whole life, and it puts a little wear on it.
I'm sure the fact that and I know you hate me for it, but the fact that every once in a while it gets a little pedal in second gear.
Ironically, I mean, that's bad, but really just spinning its whole life is what will eventually wear it out.
I did second gear burnouts for an entire season, like an idiot.
Yeah, and I was like, how do you do burnouts again? And you're like, well, I start first, finish the second. I was like, please stop. No, please. I'm OCD. I like to look and make sure the scarf cut rings are not flipped, because I didn't pull this out, so I don't need to glue anything back. Let me see where the scarf cut is. I mean, I know they didn't come out because I didn't take anything off of it, but I just gotta look. Damn light.
So you can sleep at night.
Yeah. Oh, the scarf. There's one. And the bottom too. I just want to make sure the scarf cut is in the right place. Because you can overlap them wrong. And I'm not saying I'm not bragging, I never have, but I also look at every single one.
Verify.
Just because. And probably not every builder does that, and it doesn't make me better. It just makes me sleep at night.
Yeah.
I used to, when I first started building, I put all the clutches in there and try to drop it like this. There's a motherfucker. So you just take the clutches out, because then you can drop it like
Then
that.
you just got a nice handle on it.
Yeah, and then you can put the clutches in when it's in the case.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
I would have done it though.
Yeah.
If I didn't know what I was doing, I
gotta
would have
get
done
this-
the exact same thing.
Gotta get the splines lined up first. It's tough when all the clutches are wet. Normally, a lot of times, you put
Because
them.
they're slipping around and you can't get it.
There you go. Yeah. Because it's like having two pieces of glass stuck together.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get them with water in between. You can't get them apart. If they're dry, you can get them apart. But no, it's tight. Do I have this damn thing in park?
Yeah, it's in park, Cameron.
But I can't rotate it both ways.
Yeah, I was like, huh, what's going on here?
Sometimes there's just really tight bushings or the clutch, and you hear that. That's so it's down.
That's a good sound.
Yeah. And then you can sling the 6 strut clutches back in it. I'm so weird. Like when in my head, I'll probably stop talking. I have to go steel clutch. I have to say it in my head as I'm doing it.
Yep.
I have never. All right, I'll stop right now. Steal. There. I usually can't. I usually don't talk while I'm building because, just like I said, I will review this in my head at the end of the day. I built a transmission one time with earphones in, like listening to music the whole time, and it worked. But like I was laying in bed that night, and I'm like, God, I don't remember this snap ring. I don't remember this. I don't remember any of this crap. So I never did that again.
What you just put in there is called a.
That's a roller bearing.
A roller bearing.
It's typically there's a thrust washer in between.
Okay.
It's just like a regular thrust washer. Like it looks like this, but a little bit slightly different.
Oh, I see.
But it's like a bronze. I don't know if it's bronze, probably not the right word. But this one, the only time the forward drum goes right here. Mm-hmm. The only time these two have a variance in speed is in reverse, or if you have a clean neutral. If you have a clean neutral transmission, when you shift it into neutral at the end of the track, it holds the direct clutches on, and then this comes to like engine RPM or 0, and this is spinning with the direct drum.
Got you.
So it can spin.
And you can shut the motor down.
Yeah.
Which I can't do right now.
Correct, yeah. A clean neutral applies the direct so it doesn't overspin the direct drum and shit come apart really fast. But you don't need to rollerize right here unless you have a clean neutral.
Got you.
This, when you're in first gear, this one's going this way, and this one's, the direct drum's going backwards. And then when you go to second gear, this stops, and this is still going input RPM. So you put a roller bearing right there, you know, and it's a lot. It spins a lot. You can't really tell unless it was outside and it was dry.
Yeah.
But having a Torrington style roller bearing there, it's just, you know, instead of a thrust washer.
Yeah, way less drag,
Mm-hmm.
more load capability as well.
So when you hear, rollerized, fully rollerized is kind of a subjective term. Most people, they rollerize right here between the direct drum and the forward hub, and between the output shaft and the case down here. That's standard. But yeah, this is a rollerized transmission just because it spins really fast. It's a mod motor. And
yeah, we spin it at 8,500 RPM sometimes.
these are the same old clutches going back in that were
mint.
Yeah, this is the, you knew how to adjust the shifter cable and you knew how to keep the transmission full.
Yep.
You can still, I don't know if you can get the right angle on it, but right, you can still see the writing on the clutches right here.
Oh yeah, yep.
So
beautiful.
yeah, it would be a criminal activity to throw these out. I gotta say this again on my
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it on.
I'm so weird. So I can get that sucker down. There you go. This is a stock direct drum that Tone takes and they oversize in here. They oversize in there and broach that, and so that is like, I think, 1 1/8 inches. If you look on the back side, you can see in there how it's oversized down in there.
Yep.
It gives it more surface area because the stock input shaft like rarely breaks. This isn't stock, but a stock input shaft rarely breaks. What it'll do is it'll spline out the forward drum. So this will just spin out the splines and the drum will no longer hold. So what they do is they press that stock one out, broach in there, make it bigger, and then they make that custom billet shaft. It's like 300M, some material better than stock, and then press that in there, make sure it's all concentric, and then now you have something that can take a lot more power.
Good to go.
Make sure your washer's there. This is easier when they're dry.
And this is an aftermarket hub.
Yeah, forward hub.
Forward hub. We didn't have one of these at first, and we swapped to this in the last upgrade. We swapped to that and the 300M input.
I can't remember. I think you've still got a stock main shaft, which
I don't remember buying an aftermarket one.
no, they don't usually break. Maybe next time when we get into it again, we'll put one in it. Those usually only break on shifts on like really tight converters. Like if you're in first and second gear and it drops really far, second and third gear drops really far.
We ain't worried about that.
When
we like loose converters.
I first started doing this would take 10 minutes to drop all those clutches. There you're down. You're down. We don't have to do any machine work because we didn't change anything. You just got to do the pump mods and drop it back in, and you're good to go.
Oh, sweet. Did some proprietary mods to the pump. I wasn't gonna show them video.
Top secret. I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement before I did them.
Now Cameron's putting the pump back together.
I don't know how long this is gonna be apart. So you spritz a little WD on it.
Is that just an anti-seize?
Do what?
The purpose of the WD?
Just keep it from corroding.
Oh, corrosion. Got you.
Keep it from wanting to rust up a little bit.
Oh, that makes sense because all those flat surfaces aren't going to see any kind of lube, are they?
For a little bit until
Yeah.
you put it back in. We'll be here for a minute. You can do this in the case. Align the pump house.
Okay.
You put it face down in the case.
Oh, and it self-aligns it.
Yeah, it's a trick.
But
if there's any sort of corrosion on there, then it gets seized in the case, and you call the case.
oh, that's no good.
That's me how I know.
That's not. Yeah, that's.
You just use this
Ain't no fine.
pump alignment tool. Of course.
Special tool.
Yeah. People don't even think about this, but like, if it's because the bushing that the converter rides on
Yeah.
is in the front. So if this goes in the case crooked and the front's off like that, then the converter's only touching one side of the
You're gonna
bushing.
wipe it out.
Yeah.
You know, normally in most any other kind of application that two halves are aligned together, there's usually a dowel or something.
Yeah.
So this is like a special case where, or maybe the fact that it was designed in 1950 or 60 or whatever.
Every pump needs to be aligned, and they all have their own special way.
Got you.
These Matco impacts are like the perfect amount of. They're perfectly weak. They're not gonna over torque. They do like 20 foot-pounds. It's just perfect. And they're aligned. You gotta go see
Nice.
the customer needs.
Pump's back together.
What were you fixing to say something? Just seen that grand. What were you fixing to say something?
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, I ain't that dumb.
I know where.
He said I ain't that dumb. You're gonna leave me out there for the sharks to eat.
I ain't gonna say shit to her.
Hey, that Trailblazer and that 300, are they towers go up in a barn or can people on back?
I don't know. We'll leave them lay around until Monday. I'm pretty sure I know the Trailblazer is. It come from United Trucking Van.
I didn't say earlier.
Probably.
Jake's Performance. What's that? 1 + 2, right?
Yeah.
Jake's Performance 1 + 2 billet valve body trans brake. Special pump going back on.
Yeah. What did you call it? Tuner hopping.
He works here? Corey works
Yeah,
here?
no.
Huh?
He's down. Now he does. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Down. Whizzy wheel the face of that off, get the old RTV off, and
Bell housing's back on it. Got the new filter on here, and the pan's just got to go back on it, and then it's gonna be back together and ready to rock. So big shout out to Cameron for doing this for me today. Some top secret mods and stuff going on in this one to help us on some no prep stuff. So it's gonna be interesting.